United-based Nigerian professor and social commentator Farouk Berugi has questioned the rationale behind the decision of the President Bola Tinubu-led government to remove the fuel subsidy, which benefits millions of Nigerians. Berugi, in his latest article on Saturday titled President Tinubu and Dangers of Subsidy Removal, noted that in the United States, the belly of the capitalist beast, where he had stayed for 2 decades, the government at both federal and state level heavily subsidized petrol consumption in addition to agriculture. And the APC group telling us that it's not so. The US Nigerian scholar noted that it was wrong for the Nigerian political elite to present subsidies as elements of corruption. He wrote, citating existing refineries and creating conditions for robust private sector investment in building new ones are obvious, well-worn solutions to the existing order, which have been floating around for years. Any serious government would make this happen. No responsible government shies away from the subsidizing and production and consumption of essential commodities for its people. I have lived in the United States, the belly of the capitalist beast, for nearly 2 decades, and I can tell you that governments at both the federal and state levels heavily subsidized petrol consumption in addition to agriculture. When gas prices increased dramatically a few months ago here, both Joe Biden and state governors granted tax holidays to oil companies so they could lower the cost of petrol. Biden tweeted daily about the reduction in gas prices that his policies enabled. Americans call high petrol prices pain at the pump for a reason. The surest way for a government to lose legitimacy is here to allow petrol prices to go up without doing anything about it. That is why America's 50 states collectively spent $10 billion a year to subsidize petrol consumption. I know Tinubu, Atiku Abubakar and Obi said they will remove fuel subsidy, a code for they will increase petrol price if they are elected president. But I can assure you that Tinubu, if price hikes deepen people's misery, he will have a tough time governing. America and Nigeria share one thing in common. They both lack a well-developed subsidized public transportation system. America's lack of a public transportation system is informed by the rugged individualism of its culture. In my university, for instance, 99% of the students have their own cars, even though the university has an intra-campus shuttle system. The territorial vastness of the country and the relentless lobbying of airlines and car manufacturers. Nigeria's lack of public transport system, on the other hand, isn't a choice. It's a consequence of deliberate neglect by successive governments who don't give a thought to the comfort of the well-being of the poor in society. Nevertheless, the effect of high petrol price is similar in both countries. It ignites inflationary conflagrations, wrecks the economy, deepens misery, and inflicts several negative domino effects. That is why in America, politicians are often acutely sensitive to fuel price hikes and go out of their way to keep prices low, even at the expense of other priorities. In January 3, 2012, the magazine report noted, for example, the American politicians' refusal to increase gas taxes in line with inflation and construction costs staffs needed infrastructure or funding. Of course, subsidies are the soul of poor struggling people, not just in Nigeria but all over the world. Every government in the world, especially in the West, subsidizes basic goods, including fuel and agricultural products. One of the sneaky ways Nigeria political elites would weak people into thinking that a subsidy are bad for them is to associate subsidies with corruption. But that is a false association. There is nothing in subsidy in and of themselves that makes them corrupt. Corruption is incidental to subsidy and can be eliminated if there's a will to do so. Jettisoning subsidy because it's riddled with corruption is similar to the proverbial throwing the baby out of the bath water. Any government that can eliminate corruption and ensure that people who need subsidy get them has no reason to exist. Mm. Everybody coming from a different angle. Yes, coming from a different angle. Mr. Kwerugi, I can see you made serious revelation in your write-up, but why was Buhari's era US ambassador constantly telling Buhari to remove fuel subsidy before leaving office? Could she have advised otherwise? That's a pertinent question there. You are not getting it at all. You cannot compare America's system with Nigeria's system infected with corrupt politicians stealing money through subsidy. So does it mean nothing can be done about it? Is that what we are saying? Is that why we are saying that nobody can really fight corruption in this country? Ah, if that is the problem, that is the case, that means we have a bigger problem in our hands. Bigger one at that. So guys, let's hear your opinion based on what Kwerugi has said.